Why, hello there, darling. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to frighten you. I'm afraid I have a bad habit of sneaking up on people. Light feet, long strides. Tell me, though, what's a girl like you doing out here, prowling about my courtyard all alone, so terribly close to midnight? Lost? You're lost? Oh no, poor thing. Let me assist. Why, yes, you're in my domain. You're currently trespassing, as a matter of fact. But don't fret. I don't mind. I'm sure it was only an honest mistake by a lost, scared little girl trying to find her way home. Do you see those majestic grey towers spiraling up above the clouds? Those thick walls of stone bristling with thorny ivy? That is my home. You're on the outskirts of my castle. That look tells me you're skeptical. Have you never met a man who lived in a castle before? You don't think I would lie to you, do you? Do I really look that dishonest of a person? No, it's the truth, I promise. This castle has been my home for, oh, well, so many years I can hardly remember the number. But suffice to say, I have resided here for a very long time. And it's likewise been very, very long indeed since I last entertained a guest. Ah, well, how kind of you to say. Good girl. You're quite the little charmer, aren't you? I can already tell we'll get along fabulously. I have been told before that I look much younger than my years. I'm curious. How old do you think I am? Of course you don't know. You don't know anything, do you? You don't know where you are. You don't know whose lonely ground you've inadvertently tread. You don't even know the name of the man who's about to bring you home. But it would be my pleasure to teach you. I am Count Lorraine, but you may simply call me Count. And what may I call you, my little lost lamb? A pleasure to make your acquaintance, even if it had to be under such unusual circumstances. I often find the most intimate connections are made by happenstance, chance meetings at the dead of night. Rather like the one we're having right now. Though, it is a shame that they're so infrequent. As I said, it's been quite a few moons since I last had someone stumble into my hunting grounds. Why, yes, this courtyard is my hunting ground. In my younger days, my friends and I would fritter away half the nights of spring and summer here. My old companions so loved the thrill of the hunt when they were alive. Death, sadly, has dulled their taste for chasing prey. Mine, however, remains quite undiminished. Oh, we hunted all sorts of beasts. Pheasant, fox, rabbit, even, on occasion, that most crafty prey animal, man. Oh, how many men did we hunt on these grounds, and how many women, too? Dozens, doubtless. So long ago, but their heavy footfalls, those haggard breaths, the scent of fear in the midnight air. The memories are as crisp and savoury as though they were made only yesterday. Oh, are you frightened, little lamb? Don't think I didn't see you step backwards just now. Whatever's wrong? Don't bother speaking. Your stammering is quite cute, but also quite unnecessary. I know just what's happening. Something in you knows instinctively that I'm telling the truth. In fact, something about me you can't quite put your finger on has had the hair on your neck standing up and goosebumps prickling your arms since you saw me, hasn't it? This distinguished gentleman, all alone here in the dark, has you slowly melting into a messy bundle of nerves. That's all right. Here, let me make this easier for both of us. No, don't struggle now. I have you. You're not getting free. Let me just wrap my arms around you and draw you into my body. Do you like that? No? Oh, what's the matter, darling? Are you shy? I only wish to give you a big hug. Come here. You don't want me to? A pity. Though I'm afraid I have to insist. Is that supposed to scare me? Don't embarrass yourself, darling. Here, hush those silly words and let me envelop you in the thick folds of my cloak. It's real bearskin. Here, feel it. If you can in this position. I felled the fine specimen from whose pelt it was fashioned myself years ago with my bare hands, deep into the forest beyond the grounds. Such a majestic creature, so massive and virile, yet still so helplessly mortal underneath it all. You don't truly believe that a man who's slain beasts like that is afraid of some shivering little whelp practically in tears already, do you? Fine. I can see I'm dealing with a stubborn one. Keep struggling all you like. I'm actually almost starting to enjoy it. Your little worming and wriggling is adorable in a way, and those indignant, breathless shouts of yours as you squirm in my arms are not unamusing. If only because I can see how flustered you're getting at finding yourself to be so much weaker than I am. It's more than a touch humiliating, isn't it? Being effortlessly overpowered. Yes, that's all right. You can try to tuck down. You won't slip through my velvet gloved fingers so easily. Maybe it would put you more at ease if we laid down anyway. The dewy grass is soft enough to be comfortable. There. Don't fight. It's hopeless. From the moment you stepped into my lair, you were inexorably, inescapably mine. You simply didn't know it yet. Poor girl. But this doesn't have to be difficult if you don't want it to be. Just let me lower you down. Let my strong arms encircle you, and my long legs pin you down. Let me slip a glove off, and let a soft, pale hand cup your face. It's not such a bad feeling, is it? Your cheek is awfully warm. I like it. Scream all you want. No one can hear you. Nor would they have the courage or the strength to save you, even if they could. But we don't need anyone else intruding on this special moment we're sharing, now do we? Such soft hair. I hope you don't mind me petting it. Oh no, don't lie to me, darling. You like it when you pet your hair. I heard that purr. Shall I reward you with another? If I do, I hope you'll be a good girl for me and stop struggling so much. No? There's that whine again. You do like it. Of course you do. My touch is soothing, isn't it? You can't explain it any more than you could explain your wordless fear at the sight of me earlier. But I can see a strange kind of petrified contentment. Maybe even verging on enjoyment starting to dawn in your eyes. Sure, you're still freshing, but each second I can feel those walls and pleas for me to release you getting less convincing. Those spasms and shakes getting weaker and more half-hearted. Don't worry. It's normal. My kind can be very enticing to humans. It's kind of in our nature. In fact, it's quite common that girls like you come to enjoy being in our embrace, being the subject of our affection, even in the throes of being hunted by us. Of course I'm not human, darling. Come now, have you ever met an ordinary man with a pair of glistening fangs like these? Oh, they make your little heart quiver when I bear them, don't they? So long, white, immaculate, and sharp. I adore that little flash of fear in your wet, nervous eyes. But I can see that they excite you a little too. I know precisely what you're thinking. You've figured out who I am by now, haven't you? And you're wondering what it would feel like if these fangs of mine found their way to your pretty little exposed neck, and I just... But don't worry. Tempting as it is, I'm not going to feed on you. Yet. It's been so long since I've had a human stumble into my web. This spider can sheath his fangs for the time being and play with his food a little. In fact, there's something about your demeanour I'm growing to find quite amusing. The anxious mewling, those frightened puppy eyes. I think I'll take my time with you. No struggling. Be still and calm yourself. Good girl. See how quickly you've begun to obey? Oh, yes, you might be suited for more than just a meal. You might be a candidate for more. I'll take my time with you indeed. I was human as well once, you know. Long ago. Just a small, inconsequential man running around in this big, bustling world, not so very different from you. But then, something happened. Something absolutely wicked. And when it was over, I became the Count. My skin paled, my teeth grew into fangs, my lips took on this luscious, natural red you find so enthralling. Oh, did you think I didn't notice your eyes flittering down to my mouth, to those voluptuous lips of mine? Don't be shy. I'm flattered, really. If you wanted a taste, all you had to do was ask. This need not only be fun for me after all. How long has it been since I felt the trembling of human lips on my own? That was excellent. And I can see from that look in your wide eyes that despite your shock, you're no less satisfied. But we're hungry creatures, aren't we? The both of us. We can hardly stop at just one bite. Much as I hate to part from you, I fear we're burning moonlight. We'll retire to the castle now, you and I. I'll find a room for you. Or perhaps you'd prefer to share my bed. Another little treat I might reward you with if you're a good girl. As I said, this need not only be a fulfilling experience for me. I have so many plans unfurling in my mind for you, Bet. You might just be the one I've been looking for. But time will tell. Now, one last kiss. All right, on your feet. You won't resist me anymore, will you? After all, you're under my spell now, aren't you? I can see it in your eyes. Even as part of you desperately wants to run, you can't help but instinctively obey your gentle master. Good girl. But next time, you must respond with no master or no count. I have yet to decide how I'd prefer you to address me when you're serving me. But you will be serving me so much in the coming days. We have time to sort that out. Take my hand now and follow me. You know, you should have asked the town folk why they never care to wander up here by mistake as you did, especially at night. Or perhaps you did ask, and when they told you the story of the dreadful vampire who wears the guise of a handsome man dwelling in this fairy castle, you didn't listen, did you? I bet you even chuckled to yourself later. What a ridiculous fable! Nothing more than a lie to scare school children. I don't believe in campfire tales of vampire counts stalking girls and snatching them up in the dark of night. Well, my darling, my advice is, you best start believing in those tales. You're in